Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the Maserati Levante GranSport, finished off in blue, Emozione metallic. We'll also touch base on the MSRP once we go over all the specs and features for this exotic SUV. So let's start off with what powers the Levante, because there are a few different engine options. For this particular model, this has a 3-liter twin-turbo V6. It is paired to the 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, and this pumps out 345 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, sent through the all-wheel drive system, propelling this 5,000-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, and it gives it a top speed of 165 miles an hour. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, you will see that the design elements are significantly different than other SUVs. So let's start up front, where one similarity is the adaptive sensor. So that's incorporated into that Trident logo. We have massive cutouts with the gloss black grille there, and even active grille shutters to provide even more cooling. The design of the surround for that grille is very distinctive, and this has the LED headlight housings that are very thin too. Fog lights are right in the middle, which is an interesting design, but the entire lower section is extremely functional, more gloss black, and then some great lines coming down the hood to meet the other Maserati badge. Now, as we work our way to the side, I currently have this in off-road setting 2. So that gives it just over 8 inches of ground clearance, and then you can lower it to the easy entry and exit height, or for better aerodynamics while you're cruising out on the road. Now, this has a set of 21-inch wheels finished off in gloss black. You can see the red calipers. There's some chrome accents, gloss black for the side mirrors, which feature the camera and the turn signal. This has a panoramic sunroof. All of the window trim is blacked out. And then just super nice lines that run down the side. A lot of them have very clean and curved edges to them. There's no real crisp lines, maybe a little bit in the lower side skirt there, but everything just flows nicely with the bodywork all the way to the rear glass, where this does have a spoiler, that third brake light. This has a camera just underneath that chrome trim piece, LED taillights, of course, all the sensors, and then the quad tip dual exhaust, which we can start up. So we will take a listen to that. Not the loudest, but when you rev it and under acceleration, it definitely sounds pretty good. We have the power liftgate, so you can use the button there or double tap it on the key fob. And for a family style SUV, it's what you would expect as far as cargo space goes. There's tie down hooks so you can secure items. There's a strap, a 12 volt. You can fold down the back seats, and you can have more storage space up underneath. You can actually hook this place to the bottom of this cover, so that way you can do that hands-free. And then you have the cover you can remove if you need additional space. So very practical with the amount of room and the configurations that you do get. You can also lock and unlock this with the back door handles, which is nice. And for this exterior blue, we have the solid red interior. You can see the Harman Kardon sound system as well, some leather, gloss black, all of the window adjustments too, and some storage. And then we have these beautiful seats. Now, I currently have this side reclined, that side is all the way up, so you have a few adjustments. And at 5'10", I have a good amount of space. There's cargo nets, you even have some auxiliaries that you can pop out. There's air vents just underneath that. And you have the armrest along with 2 cup holders, and there's even a cutout door, so you can open that up if you need to gain access to the back. If you have the cover off, you can just reach over the seat there. We have the moonroof. It's not quite all the way open, but you can get a sneak peek there. And at off-road setting 2, it's actually a little bit high. So it is a little bit difficult. So you would have it down in that entry and exit height, of course. I'm just doing that for the video. So we have the same attention to detail up front, even with the Trident logo right in the headrest. And then as we fire this up, the engine start-stop button is actually on the left side. So we can bring this back to life, where we have solid and perforated leather on the steering wheel. We have all of the cruise and adaptive cruise control settings, along with distance pacing and the downhill assist control on that left side. right side, you will see voice commands, Bluetooth, and then we have all of the icons or controls for the gauge cluster here. This is exactly what you would see out of Dodge products. So if you're familiar with Dodge, we essentially have their technology here. So you can go through quite a lot of information just depending on what you would like to see, and you can monitor all of these vitals, which is very nice to have. So it's an easy system to go through. This also has giant fixed paddle shifters. So when you turn the wheel, they stay stationary, which is nice to see. Also on this left side, we have the headlight and fog light adjustments. You will see more leather accents everywhere. There's a clock right in the center, and then we have more Dodge technology for the infotainment system. So we have all of the presets down below for all of this information. If we go into vehicle, you can even go through some minor tech features there, but you can also get into the heated and ventilated seats, as well as the heated steering wheel and the temperature, just by clicking on these shortcuts in the upper screen there. So very easy to use. There's even physical buttons for the climate controls just underneath that. So you don't have to be in that screen, and you will see those appear on that upper screen as well. Now just underneath that, with this gloss black trim piece, I can open this up where there is a little bit of space and some auxiliaries so you can charge electronics. There are 2 cup holders and a 12 volt on that right side. And then for the shifter, by putting it into reverse, you will see that backup camera appear along with the guidelines, and then we have the forward facing camera to bring up too. Now drive is all the way back, manual mode is to the right, where that allows you to activate these paddles, and then park is simply on the top there. Now these row of buttons on the left side, we have traction control as well as an off-road setting. There's the ice setting for inclement weather. Sport mode will deepen that exhaust tone as you heard, and then there's a few different suspension settings as well. Right in the middle, we have 2 rotary dials stacked on top of each other. The upper one is for volume and power, and then we have tuning and scrolling underneath that with a few other controls. There's the e-brake, as well as being able to adjust that adaptive suspension. Now there's a little bit of storage with 2 cup holders at the bottom and some auxiliaries that you can use if needed, and then a good amount of storage space located in that glove box. Now we have the sunroof currently up at the moment, so it is very easy to close that and then adjust the sunshade from there. You'll notice the sunroof adjustments. There's some call buttons, as well as the parking sensors, garage door buttons, and other dome light controls too. But now let's go ahead and get this out on the road. And then from second gear, here we go. Very mild on the accelerator, and with the short shifts though, it's so smooth. It's what you would expect from a brand like Maserati. You want something that is luxury focused, but you also want something a little bit more on the rare side, I would say. I haven't seen too many Maseratis around compared to other brands like Audis, BMWs, Mercedes. I feel like in my area, I see those everywhere. Maserati, a little bit more subtle, a little bit more under the radar, not maybe quite as popular. So if you're looking for something different from everyone else and you want an SUV, it's, again, for 80 grand, I don't think you can go wrong. You can even pick these up used, like the one that we are in right now. This has just over 14,000 miles on it. So I mean, you're dipping into some other brands like Toyotas, Kias, even similar size and style for the SUV, but you can get into something like this if you want that luxury brand type of vehicle. So it's very cool to see that. New, of course, they have a higher MSRP, but if you want to get a bargain on a used one, it's a good option to go with for sure. But I think that is going to wrap it up for the Maserati Levante GranSport. Once again, a huge shout out to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this SUV for me today. Be sure to check out their website. That link is down in the description. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.